Et d'abord, c'est le gouvernement français qui doit tourner cette page. N'oublions pas que c'est François Mitterrand qui vous a accueilli dans ce pays il y a 30 ans. La même politique doit être mise en œuvre aujourd'hui. Je fais confiance en cela au président François Hollande et au Premier ministre Jean-Marc Ayrault.
Au moment où la dictature veut étouffer la voix de votre peuple dans les rues des villes d'Iran, au moment où les pressions de toutes sortes essayent de nous faire taire, au moment où les droits de l'homme sont bafoués dans votre pays, ce rassemblement en cet instant est la preuve que votre nation reste debout, qu'il existe des vrais leaders incarnés par le Conseil national de la résistance et donc par Madame Rajavi.
But I want to speak about just one topic today. Just one. It's about time that the United States of America, the European Union, all the countries of the world stand together with one very, very powerful voice and one very powerful argument: regime change in Iran. You seek to overthrow the most repressive regime in the region, more oppressive than Mubarak, more oppressive than Gaddafi, even more oppressive than Assad. Why are those countries that supported overthrow of those regimes not supporting the overthrow of the Iranian mullahs? The reason is fear. The reason is appeasement.
But hear me well, mullahs. We will live to march you to the gates of hell. You will answer to God Himself for your crimes, and you will have eternal damnation. That is our promise.
But things are moving, so don't get, let's say, depressed. I think that exactly your determination is the one that can make things change. And as Mariam said, please remember, you are not alone. I think you have friends in Europe, you have friends in other countries.
The people of Iran deserve a democratic government. They deserve to have freedom of democracy. The presence of this huge audience in this hall is the best evidence of the desire of the Iranian people for democratic change. Democratic change in Iran is in the interest of the world, of the international community, but also with global peace and security.
We have got to stand with Ashraf. The Ashrafis in liberty and in Ashraf have to know that we are with them. Have to know that they've got your support, but have to know that they've got our support. I am ashamed of my government. My government has failed to protect the residents of Ashraf.
I am here to tell you that we hear you in the United States. And even more importantly, the regime in Tehran hears you as well, which is why they fear you as they do. So as you cry for freedom, they even hear you in Foggy Bottom. We know what needs to be done when we leave here. We need to go out and get it done. Now this is a day about imagining a very different future. Hopefully a day where our friends at Camp Ashraf and Camp Liberty are out of harm's way. A day when an important country in the vital region of the world is led by a woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had a very interesting week in the European Parliament this week. Last weekend, I received from my secretariat of my delegation for relations with Iraq, I received notification that the Iraqi embassy in Brussels had sent a list of 14 names of senior Iraqis who were apparently going to come to Brussels on Tuesday last week. Let me tell you that this list contained the Deputy Foreign Minister, it contained the name of George Bacchus from the office of the Prime Minister, but it also contained several prominent members of military and intelligence, including the notorious Colonel Sadek, now the commanding officer in Camp Liberty. So, I immediately gave instructions that this man must be stopped from entering the European Parliament. He must have his security badge removed. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not welcome alleged murderers in the European Parliament. There is no point in trying to appease the mullahs in Tehran. Regime change is the only answer. Well, I can tell you now that the designation by the United Nations of Camp Liberty as a temporary transit location is completely bogus. People have been there for 4 months. It's a refugee camp. It must be redesignated, and their rights must be completely adhered to.